There are some pains that never really go away. You can hide them with fancy clothes, cover them with pretty pictures, or laugh very loud to forget. But they stay quiet inside your heart, waiting. One day, they come back. Always. Clarice thought she forgot. She believed the past stays in the past, that money could erase her bad choices. But she was wrong. Because in this world, you can buy everything, except the consequences. And what you throw away always finds a way to return. Many of you watch us, and you know, sometimes our stories sound just like real life. So if you're watching this video now, don't leave. Watch it until the end. Because today is not just a story. It's a warning. A deal made with the devil. A baby left in a basket. A woman who became rich overnight. And 20 years later, someone knocks on the door. If this is your first time here, subscribe now. Because on this channel, we tell the stories others don't. We speak the truth, even when the night wants to hide it. Get ready. Take a deep breath. Listen. Because what happened to Clarice could happen to anyone. Even to you. Even to us. This is the story of the woman who sold her baby to become rich. And of the one who came back. Clarice was 20 years old. She was a young mother, alone. Living in a small, broken hut on the edge of a big city. Her home. Just old metal sheets. Every time it rained, the roof leaked. She lived alone with her baby. A little girl, only 3 months old. Clarice loved her baby. But she had nothing to feed her. Not because she didn't want to, but because she had nothing. No milk. No food. No money. Just tired bones and a heavy heart. Every day, Clarice walked the streets, looking for small jobs. Washing clothes, cleaning people's homes, helping at the market. For what? A handful of rice. A spoon of oil. Sometimes, nothing at all. And every night, she looked at the sky, hoping for a miracle. But that night, the answer didn't come from the sky. It came from a man. He was standing in the middle of the road, wearing a bright red suit, clean and shiny. Like someone from a dream. Or a nightmare. His shoes were perfect. Even with all the dust around. No bag. No phone. No sign of tiredness. Just a strange look in his eyes. And a smile too perfect. Good evening, Clarice. She jumped. You know me. I've been listening to you for a long time, he said. You scream very loud. Even when you say nothing. She took a step back. Her baby started to cry. What do you want from me? Nothing. You're the one who wants. And I give. But I never give for free. He stepped closer. Clarice wanted to run. But her legs didn't move. Do you want to escape this life? Do you want respect? A house. A car. Food every day. Nice dresses. Gold and jewels. His words were sweet, but heavy. Clarice wanted to say no. But instead, she said, yes. The man pulled out a small notebook. A feather. A tiny black ink bottle. He sat on a rock. Like he had all the time in the world. Everything has a price, Clarice. And your price is simple. Clarice looked at him. I have nothing to give. Oh, yes, You do. You're holding it in your arms. She hugged her baby tight. No. Not that. Not her. But the man in red kept talking. Calm. Soft. Almost kind. Look around you, Clarice. This world doesn't want you. You suffer. Your baby suffers. And nothing will change unless you choose. A sacrifice. A trade. You, for everything you ever wanted. That night, Clarice cried. She held her baby until her arms went numb. She prayed. She screamed. She rolled on the floor. But in the morning, she was still poor. And her baby was still hungry. So she went back. She signed. 3 days later, at sunrise, Clarice walked to the river. The water was muddy. Slow. Nobody was there. She wrapped her baby in a cloth. Placed her in a small basket. She couldn't look at her one last time. She just put the basket near the water. The current took it away. And Clarice turned her back. She ran. Ran so fast it felt like her heart would explode. But she never looked back. Not even once. Weeks passed. And Clarissa's life changed. She accidentally got a job at a luxury shop. Then she met a rich man. Then another one. She opened a hair salon. Then a store. Then her own clothing line. She was everywhere. In magazines, on TV, on social media. Clarice was now a success story. No one knew her past. She told people she grew up in Europe. It was all lies and diamonds. But at night, she didn't sleep. She dreamed of a crying baby. A basket floating on the river. A scream that suddenly stopped. 20 years went by. Clarice now lived in a big house. She had a maid, a driver, a cook. Everything looked perfect. Fancy dresses. Expensive perfume. But her heart was never at peace. And that morning, everything changed. It was 9:30 a.m. Clarice was drinking tea outside. The sun was shining. Birds were singing. It felt peaceful. Until the maid ran up to her, breathing fast. "Madam, there's a young woman asking to see you. I'm not expecting anyone. Tell her to come back later. She says you're her mother." Clarice dropped her cup. "What did you say?" "She won't leave. She says." "You left her by the river." Clarice stood up slowly. Like she was in a dream. She walked to the front door. Every step felt heavy. And then, she saw her. A young woman, about 20. Beautiful. Bright. But strange. Her eyes, too deep. Her stare, too still. Her smile, too soft. "Hello, Mama." Clarice felt sick. No. It couldn't be. No. She's not. "Who are you? You don't know me. You left me. By the river." "But the river brought me back. I came back." Clarice stepped back. The face. The nose. The mouth. The eyes. It was her. It was her daughter. Or a perfect copy. Clarice wanted to speak. But no words came out. "Can I come in?" the girl asked. Clarice nodded. She couldn't say no. The girl walked in like she belonged. She moved slowly. Looked at the walls. The pictures. The mirrors. "Nice house, Mama. How did you find me?" A voice told me. A voice in the wind. It said, "Go find the one who left you. She's waiting." Clarice felt ice in her veins. She wanted to cry, to scream. But she just stood still. "Are you alive? Did you survive? You know the answer." She smiled. But her eyes said something else. Something old. Something dark. Clarice gave her a room. She had no choice. But that night, she didn't sleep. She heard footsteps. Whispers. Children laughing inside the walls. Old words. Unknown words. And when she opened her eyes, the girl was there. Standing. Right there. At the foot of the bed. "I'm watching you, Mama. I'm here. Like you want for me." Since that day, Clarice stopped living. She just survived. Every minute felt heavy. Like poison. In the daytime, the girl seemed normal. She walked slowly. Helped in the kitchen. Asked polite questions. But her eyes didn't just look. They searched. They searched her soul. Clarice watched her secretly. She saw she barely ate. She would bring food to her mouth, then throw it away when no one was looking. She never slept either. Every night, she walked the halls. Barefoot. Slowly. Like a shadow. One night, Clarice heard her whisper. "Mama, can you hear them? The others are here." Clarice jumped. She quietly left her room and saw light under the door. She opened it slowly. And then, she saw the unthinkable. The young woman was standing in front of the mirror. But in the mirror, it wasn't her. The reflection showed a faceless figure. Just a dark shape. No mouth. No eyes. But it was staring at Clarice. She screamed. The lights flickered. And everything went back to normal. "Are you okay, Mama? Did you have a bad dream?" She smiled. But Clarice couldn't pretend anymore. She knew. That was not her daughter. Or not only her. The next day, Clarice went to see a spiritual man. Someone known for seeing what others can't. The moment he saw her, he stepped back. "You brought something with you," he said. "You came too late. You signed a deal, Clarice. You gave innocent blood, and now, that blood is calling for you." She came back. "She says she's my daughter. But she's not normal. She sees everything. She knows everything. That is not a girl. It's a memory. A death. A shadow. A voice. What you see is not life. It's justice." Clarice asked if there was a way to stop it. A prayer. A ritual. Something. But the man shook his head. "What has been given cannot be taken back." Clarice went home, her hands shaking. She searched through her old notebooks. He found the one from the deal. The black book. She opened it. A blank page. Then, in front of her eyes, letters started to appear. The blood cries. Time does not erase. The contract is never forgotten. She threw the book into the fire. But the flames turned black. And she heard a child screaming from inside the fireplace. That night, Clarice locked every door. Every window. She prayed. She cried. She begged. But in the middle of the night, someone came into her room. It was her. The young woman. Or what was left of her. She didn't speak. Her eyes were now completely black. And on her forehead, the scar shaped like a drop of blood. She walked slowly to the bed. Clarisse backed away, terrified. I came back, Mama. To remind you. To make you live what I never could. Forgive me, please. I'm sorry. Are you sorry you were caught? Or sorry you had to pay? Clarisse fell to her knees. I was young. I was poor. I was scared. And me. I was young too. I was hungry too. But you left me. You drowned me for a few dresses. The house shook. The walls cracked. Voices filled the air. Crying children. Screaming mothers. Dark laughter. Words, in a language long forgotten. Clarisse ran through the house, looking for a way out. But every door she opened brought her back to the same place. The living room. And there, they were waiting. Women. Children. Shadows. Some had no eyes. Others, no mouths. All floating around her. Who are you? Clarisse shouted. The young woman answered. They are the ones you forgot. The ones women like you gave away. For money. For jewels. For power. For fame. Then, a tall, dark figure stepped forward. It had no face. Only a mouth made of fire. Clarisse. Daughter of the earth. You traded your blood for dust. You forgot. But we never forget. Clarisse fell to her knees, screaming. She hit her chest. She cried. She prayed. But the young woman reached out. A cold finger touched Clarissa's forehead. You left me. So now, I leave you. But not in peace. In memory. Because I am your reflection, Mama. The part of you never want to see. Clarisse fainted. The next morning, the house was empty. The neighbors got worried and called the police. There was no sign of Clarisse. No sign of the young woman. No fingerprints. No camera footage. Nothing. Except one sentence. Written in red on the front door. Every promise has a price. Even 20 years later. They say, some deals can't be broken. Some promises can't be erased. You can run. You can lie. You can hide behind money or religion. But one day, the death knocks on your door. And when it knocks, it never leaves empty-handed. So tell me, what would you have done in Clarissa's place? Do you believe money can fix everything? Can you build a life on the death of an innocent child? Leave your thoughts in the comments. We read every message. And sometimes, we find your stories, too. Yes, your secrets. If you watched this video until the end, you are now part of the French African Folktales family. Thank you, from the bottom of our heart. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time. Click subscribe on our YouTube channel. Turn on the bell. And come follow us on Facebook, French African Folktales. We'll be posting exclusive stories there soon. This story was brought to you by French African Folktales. With love, mystery, and truth. See you tomorrow for another story. Another lesson. And maybe another forgotten truth.